have another guest with us here today. He is from Asheville, North Carolina. I looked it up today. This man is 6'3", 232 pounds of straight meat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Cayden Jones.
Let's go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you a lot better.
Of course, we can hear you through the AirPod Extra
AirPods?
Pro Maxes.
Yeah.
Is that
Hopefully y'all can.
Is that NIL headset? Yes.
You already know.
Are
Thank
you
y'all for
joining
having me.
Tuscaloosa, or are you back in? Are you guys already in Baton Rouge?
Nah, we'll leave tomorrow, afternoon. I'm in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
We had practice and stuff this morning.
Did you get to skip class this week, or how does
No.
Alabama treat that? No.
Oh no, we go to class. I haven't missed a single class.
Academic right there, baby.
Yeah, come
He's
on,
an academic
come
weapon.
on, man. Come on, hey, that's that Christ school stuff. They got to get us right academically.
Absolutely. I saw on the roster you are 6'4", 230. Are you every bit of 230? Because that's no joke.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say I'm every bit 230 for sure.
Like last time I saw you, you're like 195.
I know.
So
I used to be a lot skinnier.
Jesus, 40 big ones since you got to Alabama. That's
no, not 40.
No, 195.
Good, but hey, I got to start this with a little story about Cayden Jones, and it was back when he was at Christ School. I was at Wofford, and I think I was right before I was transferring over to UNC Charlotte to play a little bit of football there. Cayden, I was already getting a lot of coverage from college programs. He was already getting a lot of attention, and especially in the state, every team was paying attention to Cayden Jones. He was starting to get a lot of attention nationally, and I came back. Coach Loom, the defensive coordinator at Christ School at the time, asked me to come back and just coach a couple of guys on some coaching points and stuff. And Cayden Jones was a part of that little segment that I had with the defense, and it was only with DBs. Cayden asked to come over and learn. It's like, well, Cayden, you already have offers from places that are a lot better than where I play, but Cayden was all ears, like absolutely all ears. He was asking me a ton of questions, and whenever I looked over, some guys are like messing around, playing around. Cayden was locked in like this, just trying to learn wherever he could learn. And I think that is the kind of stuff that it stuck with me. I don't have the best memory in the game, but that has stuck with me is just the respect that you show to everybody. The respect that you show to, athletes who were at Christ School before you. I'm sure you do the same at Alabama. Oh, yeah. Just the ability to learn, the willingness to learn, the want to learn. That is Cayden Jones. And that's honestly what I think is going to make you an NFL dog. Yes, you're 6'4", 6'3", 230, and that kind of stuff. Players make it to the league, but it's what you got up here is what makes you Alabama material. I'm sure that's what Coach Nick Saban saw in you whenever he was recruiting. And man, I'm excited to see where your career goes, man. This is going to be, this is a lot of fun, dude. And I think we're going to start off with a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Christ School, but also we're going into Alabama. How has that transition for you been? Because I know you clearly have put on some weight. You know what I mean? But in terms of school, in terms of managing, being a Division I athlete, not just a Division I athlete, a Division I athlete at the Alabama University and the University of Alabama. Sorry about that, brother. Roll Tide. How has that been? How has that been for you getting acclimated to being on campus, to becoming low key? If you wear Alabama gear, you're worshipped around there. So how has that been for you in terms of a transition?
It's been super smooth, honestly. Coming from Christ School, it's a little school. It's not a big school, but the transition was smooth. The older guys in my position group, like Jahad Campbell and Deontay Lawson, they kind of took us freshmen under their wings and stuff, and they've been great. They're great leaders, and they're always looking out for us. And as far as academically, I've had no problems. It's been good. Got ABs and stuff. And, that's been good. And as far as like on the field, I had to gain some weight. You know, my first spring, I did all right, but I gotta gain a little bit more. I had to gain a little bit more weight to get down in the trenches and bang a little bit. But as far as transitioning, it's been good. It's really 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 blessed. It could have been. I know that the stuff with Coach Saban, that was a shock, but I still feel great. The coaches that I have now are amazing. Coach Womack and Coach Morrell, they're great, and it's like I'm supposed to be here, and I still feel that way even after Coach Saban's gone and stuff. But all that's in the past.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys get stuck on that. I know it happened just this past year, but we got to move on. We're still Alabama. We got Kalen DeBoer. He's a great coach. We have a great coaching staff, and we're doing good.
Heck yeah. Well, that's great to hear. I mean, I know, especially academically, Christ school will get you right.
Yeah, get you right. It'll get you right. Yeah. Yeah.
That some of the classes that you take at Christ school are no joke. And I think that always helps you moving forward in college and past college. It's a great school. But speaking of that transition from athletically being at Christ school, like you said, a smaller school, you're probably playing in front of a couple hundred, maybe, for a good game, a couple hundred. Now you're playing against thousands, and I mean thousands. And this week is going to be on the road. But the transition from college, from high school to college, I think BB has a question for you in terms of that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear that you're liking it. All that. Still Alabama. I agree with you. You're meant to be there. So let's work. But my question for you was, what was kind of your quote unquote welcome to college moment?
Welcome to college moment.
Like these are the big dogs. Like this isn't high school anymore. This isn't Christ school. This is Alabama.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I was thinking, like I could talk about our conditioning program that we had in the spring. It's called the fourth quarter, and it's conditioning, running, and stuff. But honestly, that wasn't my welcome to college moment. I'm gonna be completely honest here. Okay.
Okay.
So it was in the spring. And this is one of our very first scheduled the practices, you have periods and stuff. One of our very first live periods, one of our very first live segments. I'm playing man, right? And I'm man on the tight end. And he kind of check releases, he blocks a little bit, check release. Yeah. The check release kind of got me, I dropped down I dropped out, playing off the QB's vision and his eyes, and my eyes were bad, and I just kind of locked in on the QB, forgetting that my job was the tight end. So they dumped it off to the tight end. My leverage was bad, and I'm closing down on him, and I'm not gonna lie, Danny Lewis stiff armed me pretty bad.
Straight to the dirt.
Yeah, straight. It was to the dirt, man. I'm not gonna lie, he stiff armed me. And I was just like, dang. I mean, I got him out of bounds, and it was only like a 2-yard gain. But I mean, I got back up and ran back out there. I mean, but that was definitely I was thinking about even telling that, but
that'll definitely happen at a school like Alabama. I mean, all those guys were recruited to play at that program, so they're elite athletes all over the field. So I was just
I definitely had not been stiff armed like that before.
I feel like every freshman has that moment, even the best players that are now, in the league, or guys like Jalen Milroe, I'm sure has some form of a story.
Oh yeah,
like that. So I definitely would not take that as a hell. I know you're not, but it's especially at a place like Alabama. I mean, that place raises grass-fed dogs.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I mean, you're going up against the best, and I mean the fact that you're able to pop up, come on here, talk about that, and now you're playing in the games. It's your coach and your team trust you, bro. And I think that's going to be exciting to see. But now you're going into Ole Miss, right? You got a big game.
We got LSU.
Or no, I'm sorry, I said Ole Miss. I meant LSU. You're going into LSU, Baton Rouge. What potentially the biggest game of the year? We talked about it yesterday, and I think it's the biggest game of the year, considering the implications and things like that. And
definitely.
Yeah, it's like if you lose, you more than likely will not be in the playoff. But this is not your first big
loser
game.
goes home.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be jumping. It's gonna be jumping.
It is. It's gonna be hostile. It's gonna be hostile too.
Yeah, and I think I mean with a rivalry, the way that y'all have one too, like it's gonna be a lot of fun. But like in terms of rivalries, this isn't your first big rivalry or big game. Like you guys took on UGA week was it like week 5, I believe it
week
was.
5.
Yeah, it was early in the season and it was in Alabama. It's like as a freshman, you strapped up and you were in that game. It's like how did you prepare for something like that, and what was it like being on that first kickoff in your very first big game at home versus Georgia?
I mean, like you said, big game, night game, college game day. I mean, you could only imagine how I was feeling for that kickoff. I mean, I was ready to run through a brick wall. Matter of fact, that was the kickoff I broke my wrist. Okay. So that kind of gives you an idea. Like I ran down there, smacked this dude in the face, and I broke my wrist, and I just kind of like felt my wrist. I was like, it doesn't really feel that bad. Whatever, I'll just get it taped. Got it taped. Kept running on kickoff, special teams, anywhere my team needs me. And, I was able to contribute and, help my team. And, just like as far as preparing for that game, you just got to trust in your preparation. And, that's what kind of Coach DeBoer told us. And, and yeah, it's like it was a big game, but yet, like, honestly, like we all were super confident in ourselves and each other. And yeah, we just got to carry that. And yeah, I'm excited for Saturday night too. It's gonna be another big game. Yep. Hostile environment. LSU is one of the toughest places to play. We've played at Tennessee, now we're playing at LSU. I think we're gonna be ready. We've got the experience. As far as a team, and we're gonna be ready for this game for sure.
Yeah, this one's very exciting. And I said this yesterday too. Like, I feel like this is where, like you said, hostile environment, big game. You're going into Baton Rouge, but like this is typically where you see the best version of Alabama. This is where you see the best version of teams that have so many great players, because great players show up in the big games and in the big moments. And I believe that is going to be. I think Alabama, I think y'all got this game. Like, I really do, because I feel like, Jalen Milroe, you think back to when he was trying to fight for his quarterback position and, he got benched for a game. He comes back and he takes that team rolling for the rest of the season. And it's like, okay, that's the kind of guy that you have as your leader. If he's leading a team and people are counting the team out in Alabama, this is where that team starts to emerge as a college football playoff contender. And I think it's even better that it's on the road, because you guys are going to shut a lot of people up. And a lot of people have been talking a lot of chirping, you know what I mean, and about this game and about this team. And I think BB has a question for you in terms of, how are things internally? There's a lot about the externals, but what about the internals?
Yeah, building off of the preparation we were just talking about, my next question was, what's the energy in the building been like, knowing that this is such a big game, biggest game of the season, we said on the show yesterday? Is it business as usual, or is there like a heightened sense of urgency? What's the energy like?
Obviously it's the next game, so that's why it's the most important. But yeah, there is that energy that's, it's going to be needed. Yeah. But the word so each week we have a word, and, we're given that word by Coach DeBoer at the beginning of the week in our team meeting. And this week's word was relentless. And, that's what it's going to take. We're going to have to be relentless to win this game. And, we'll see. I think we've had a good week of practice. Guys are locked in and focused. But yeah, it's the next game, and that's why it's the most important. So, we're gonna be ready. Guys are locked in the locker room. Still, staying after practice, watching film, doing extra footwork, all that stuff. Guys are doing that day in and day out. So we're gonna be good.
I'm excited to hear that. Watch out for Alabama. They're going to be relentless this weekend.
Relentless.
I can't
That's what
wait
it's
to
going
watch
to take.
Come on, dude, that's exciting. I mean, I think there's not much that DeBoer has to say on a week like this, because I think everybody knows, like, this is the biggest game of the year, and it's like you guys are going to step up, I believe, and you guys are going to show out some big things. And I know he gave you guys a word for the week and something that you guys can think about all week, and that word is relentless. But is there any other ways that you would say your coach has really helped you specifically as a young player coming up prepare for a game on the road like this one versus LSU?
I mean, yeah, you just got to keep in mind, like, LSU is also preparing too. Like, they've got their whole staff over there down in Baton Rouge. They're a great team. They got great guys on their team, and it's just going to come down to how each and every one of us prepare, because it's going to be in the details. How detailed are you, on the field, and I think that just comes with extra work, extra film study with your coaches and all that extra stuff you gotta do. It's going to come down to details, and that's really what it comes down to. You gotta watch extra film. You got to. That's like the biggest thing. You got to take good notes in the meeting room. You just got to be paying attention. You can't be falling asleep during the meetings. All that type of stuff. And yeah, you got to be detailed. That's the biggest thing that Coach DeBoer and my coaches have told me.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a big thing with film, because a lot of people don't think about how important film really is. Like, if you're locked in on film, it can give you the smallest amount of things. Like, okay, when this wide receiver, for me, like when I was playing defensive back, if this wide receiver is lined up literally like 3 yards inside the hash, I can expect either this, and if he comes 3 feet off the line of scrimmage and he hasn't done this, then I know this is coming. That's how you get to play a lot faster. And playing fast in a game like this allows you to play physical and truly be relentless, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And I was able to watch a little bit. I was a little while ago, I watched a podcast on Jalen Milroe, and he was talking about the acronym of family. And it's forget about me, I love you. And I think that's a really cool acronym, because it's
cool.
It's going to take a family to win a game like this. It's going to take a family to knock all that extra stuff out, all the external talks and all that. And it's going to be a family that gets us through the rest of this season and through the playoff. And speaking of family, we have your brother here with us today, who really wanted to come on today and ask you a couple of questions as well. I'm going to introduce Cayden Jones back to the stage here. And he's got his shirt on, man.
I sleep in this thing, boy. Come on now. This thing's glued on. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
What's up? How you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Chilling.
Good.
Yes, I just wanted to ask you really just one question. I feel like we kind of covered some other things, but I feel like some football players, you listen to them talk, and they say they don't really watch football, outside of football, they don't pay attention to NFL, all that. But I know me and you, I know you love ball. Ever since we were little, that's pretty much all we do. We watch football, we play football, we love football. So obviously you've seen a lot of good players, good linebackers, in college and the NFL, since you've been alive. So is there anybody that you see that you watch that you try and emulate, or try and, take a few things from their game to kind of use in yours?
Yeah, of course. It's a good question. I have watched, we watch a lot of football, a fan of the Steelers. And, a backer that comes to mind is Ryan Shazier. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I play like him, but just as far as like his pursuit, the pursuit he has, how fast he played, that's stuff I wanted to have in my game. And of course Fred Warner, the best backer in the league, as far as being where he needs to be, him just flying around the field, taking the ball away, punching the ball, picking the ball off. Watching him You know, that's my player comp. I feel like, you know, I feel like I could definitely reach that level. You know, I believe I could do that. And then I like watching Troy Polamalu too. If I want to get hyped up, I watch some Troy Polamalu film,
Yes,
some
sir.
highlights. Ray Lewis, as far as being physical and stuff, you know, got to go to one of his camps in high school and got coached by him. So, you know, watching his highlights is a good one too. And
Luke
honestly,
Kuechly?
another Luke
Come on.
Kuechly. Yeah,
Let's
my bad.
go.
Actually,
go.
we literally watched a video of him today in our
Let's go.
in our meeting. We watched a video of him, the one where he's watching film on, like, with the Xbox controller.
Dude, that's what he always used to say. He said, "I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest,
but he was the smartest.
I'm going to study and I'm going to be smart and I'm going to know what your offense is doing."
Yeah, and Luke Kuechly, yeah, Luke Kuechly is he might be the GOAT. He might be the GOAT middle linebacker.
I wish he had a longer
crazy,
career, man.
Yeah, because as far as this, like, you know, I feel like he's like the true, like, field general, like, Mike linebacker, as far as, like, getting people lined up, telling people what the play is. Like, if I'm someone else on the defense, I want that guy as my middle linebacker. He's telling me the play. Like, come on, like, that's what I want.
Exactly. I love that.
Yes, sir.
All right, I got one more question. All right, so you're big, 6'4", 230. You know, not a lot of linebackers are built like that. I mean, we're talking about Fred Warner. He's like 6'3", 220. So you're already bigger than that. You got the height, you got the weight, you got the speed. But other than that, other than your God-given abilities, what have you been trying to work on and really hone in on since you've been down in Alabama to make you a better linebacker?
You know, I got to get better with, you know, just trying to understand offenses and what they're trying to do to us as a defense. You know, understanding pictures, you know, 11 picks, 12 picks, 13, like, all the personnel and stuff, and what they're trying to do out of the personnels. And just as far as, like, in our scheme, I just need to get better with, you know, constantly just doing my job. And, you know, and with that, it'll build confidence, you know, confidence that'll pour into my teammates and, you know, guys around me. But, you know, I still gotta get stronger, still gotta get faster. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's gonna take hard work, and, you know, I'm excited, and I'm excited to, you know, keep going with this season. We got a good squad, of course, and I'm excited. You know, I got a big game coming up, and we'll see. I might be on the field, I might not, but I'll be there. I'll be there on the sideline. I'll have the club on my cast. So
yes, sir. Wait, so
we'll see how it goes.
Are you rocking the club and the brace? The club and the brace is crazy.
Nah, I don't know. The brace would go on my other arm, but I don't know. I'd be a weapon.
A straight up weapon.
Hey, I got one more question before we can let you go. But let's say Saturday, it's about game times. Is it 7:30 or 7:45?
I think it's 7:30.
All right, let's say definitely 7:30. You guys are about to trot out 7:25. It's 7:24. What song are you most certainly throwing on those AirPod beats before you step out?
That's a good question. Oh my gosh.
You can always throw Young Boy is a good choice.
Young Boy, I'm going through my playlist. I'm definitely picking a Young Boy song, and I might just have to go with or Little Baby. Like Real Spill.
And be storming, hoping that thing could clear up by the morning.
Exactly. I like Slime Mentality.
Okay.
Mentality.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Slime Mentality is definitely being played before game.
I like that. Yeah, especially in a away game, you gotta go in feeling nasty, and that's exactly what young boy lets you do, bro. But hey, we appreciate you taking a little bit of time in this busy week that
Yes,
you
sir.
have. What's up?
I said yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you, man. I know that y'all have a big one, and there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. And I'm sure you're about to go back in and watch a little more film so you can play fast this week. But taking a little bit of time to hang out with the boys on Unlocked, man. We appreciate you so much, brother.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me. It was great.
Hey, let me know this weekend, man.
Yes, sir. Come on, man. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cayden Jones. I'm tweaking right now. There we go. Yes, sir. Hey, he's ready to play.
Yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, Cayden's ready to play.
I mean, hearing that he's already understanding that, sure, physical tools are important in football, but understanding what takes you to the next level is the mental side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Him already understanding how important that is. He's only a freshman. I'm excited to see where his career goes, man. I really am.
6'4", 230, can run. I mean, all you need is that mental side, and that's why I try and preach to him, and I think he's learning. You know, he's hungry. He's a smart kid. So, you know, I got all the confidence in the world in him, and he's gonna do it on the big stage one day, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no
Let's
doubt.
go. I better be at the draft table.
Big 30. I'm not kidding, bro. Like that story I told about him is like that is Cayden Jones. You know what I mean? Like he's a beast, but it's always humble. You know what I mean? It's always humility, and it's a wise at a young age, and I think it takes that kind of stuff in order to play at that level at Alabama and essentially to make it on to the NFL. So I'm excited to see. What he does. It seems like, you know, hopefully he can play this week. You know what I mean? He'll be playing, but hey, next year he's gonna be D-Law's
gone. D-Law's gone. Somebody's got to replace him.
It's gonna be the Cayden Jones show in Alabama. And hey, I hope we can see it. I hope we can see it Saturday though. I'm ready to get a piece of that right now. You know what I'm saying? But if not, got to get healthy so he has a good 2 years, because after 2 years it's to the league. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, hopefully so. But hey, that was a great episode today, man. Thank you so much to Cayden Jones for joining us. Thank you so much to Carson Jones, his brother, for joining us as well. Talking a little bit of ball on Unlocked today, celebrating life. Hey, BB, good stuff today, brother.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
We're excited to. Hey, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, man. One day closer to letting a naysayer know on Saturday. We're going to celebrate a lot of. It's always good. It's always Good Friday, man. Like Fridays are always great episodes. We're going to cover some of the NFL games. We're going to give our final picks on college games. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming in again, man. The subscription, it might not be that crazy to you, even though you think it's just one. It means a lot to us. So yeah, CJ's right. Throw the fists up. Hey, the word of the day is relentless. The word of the week is relentless. Stay relentless in everything you do. Pursue all the way to the end. And hey, I hope you guys had a great one today, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, somehow, some way, we were able to make you smile today. And do not forget, once again, relentless.
Relentless.
Hey, and throw them things up too while we're at it. Hey, and throw them things up too while we're at it, baby. All right. Tick, tick, tick.
Boom.